What's going on, everyone? Captain Granite here again with another moto vlog, and I have a topic for this one: your first motorcycle. So I have a bit of a story on mine, because I had tried to get a motorcycle a few times, different ones, different brand names. I tried to get a Ninja at one point. I tried to get a Suzuki 500F, I think it was called. But I ended up finding a bike for a reasonable price, actually. It was a 2003 Harley Davidson 883. I think they called it a Hugger. I like hugs. Why not? It fits me. And they were only selling it for $3,000. I couldn't pass it up. I got approved for it, and my payments were like, $70 a month, I think. And my insurance was nothing. Basically, it was dirt cheap. So I got the riding course done the year before, and I took like a whole year off after I did the riding course, because I just kept getting declined a bike. And I absolutely loved that I had a motorcycle at this point. My dad always grew up having a Harley. I don't even think I can say it was a good bike, because it really wasn't. It had a lot of issues. I mean, well, one, it's a Harley, it leaked. But so I've been told that for a Harley, if it's not leaking, there's something wrong with it. It had an electrical issue where there's some kind of wires that were corroded. It wasn't to the battery. It was like the main distributor got corroded. So if I didn't brush that off like every other day, my bike wouldn't start or it would die. And it took a while for me and my buddies to figure that out. And I ended up having to push that almost every day that I went riding, because it just started dying on me. And a Sportster's nice, but I'm a bigger boy. It just wasn't working out, so we needed a bigger bike. So what we did was we went down to the same place I got this bike, and we looked around, and I wasn't sold on anything. I wanted a street glide. I wanted something with bags, and ended up not having the bike I wanted. And so from there, we're just walking around. They took us out back to the lot that basically had all these new bikes that just came in, and I saw this Victory Vegas 8-ball with like an inch of dust on it. It was filthy. And I was like, oh my. I was like, I've heard so much about these bikes. The powerful engine, it screamed. And I'm just like, that's the bike I want. I want that right now. And we put together, a down payment for it. And a couple weeks later, I got the approval for it. It was very, very well priced, actually. It was under $8,000. But I was trading in my Harley. So from there, I had to bring the Harley down. Well, the Harley was having issues at the time. It was having it was like dropping a cylinder. It was very underpowered. Something was going wrong with it. It wasn't working out too well. We ended up, scrubbing the corroded lines just so we could get down there. And we get going down there, and I just notice it's dying. I'm like, great, they're gonna have to test drive this. It's gonna be awful. So we get the bike down there and sit there. We're starting to do all the paperwork, and they go, okay, we're gonna take your bike out for a test ride. I like, yep, go ahead, have at it. And so I hear the bike leave, and my bike was absurdly loud for a Sportster. it shouldn't pass inspection. That's just how loud it was. It left, you know, and we're sitting around waiting.
1 hour later.
Still waiting, and you know, the guy that's doing the paper is getting impatient. He's like, you know, what's going on? So he makes a phone call, and then he walks out of the office for a minute. He comes back and goes, okay, we're good. We're gonna give you $3,200 for the motorcycle. And you know, I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, oh, that's awesome. You know, I'm like, wait, $3,200. I'm like, that's quite a bit of money there. You know, I only paid, you know, $3. You know, I'm thinking this in my head. I'm not saying it out loud. You know, I paid $3 originally when I picked it up. So, oh, Jesus Christ. This sucks. Oh, this really sucks. They're giving me $3,200 for this motorcycle. I'm like, okay, you know, I signed the paperwork. They basically rush me out the door, hand me the keys, you know, thank you very much for your purchase, have a good one, bye. Out the door I go. And, you know, it wasn't until later that I'm thinking, you know, my bike never came back. I never heard it come back. So, I go on their website about a day or two later, and I noticed that they have listed my bike. No pictures, though. No pictures, no price. I'm like, huh, you know, maybe they just hadn't gotten around to doing pricing, and maybe they just haven't gotten around to taking pictures. But I know this place. They're very good at it. You know, they get it up there, they get all the information up there quick to sell them. Especially this bike. I mean, I knew it wasn't going to be a lot of money for someone to buy it. They're going to wholesale it. You know, as is. Here you go. I keep checking back, you know, every day for a solid month. Nothing changes on it. And I'm sitting there going, you know, what's going on? And then one day I check, and there's my bike. Pictures on it. There's a price. And it was very odd. Something caught my eye. So the front right side, well, yeah, the front of the bike, the right directional was a different color. It was totally replaced. So the directional got replaced, the rear directional got replaced, and I'm looking at the side of the bike, and it is completely tore up. And I'm like, oh my God, they crashed it on the test ride. Blew my mind. I mean, I couldn't even, like, that's why they rushed me out of there. That's why they gave me $200 over what I originally paid for it. They just wanted me out of there. So I'm ecstatic at this point, because I'm like, I wonder how much they would have gave me if they didn't crash it. But I've never ever heard of anyone experience that before. If any of you have ever experienced something like that, please go in the comments and tell me. It's incredible that a dealership would go through something like that. And the price that they're selling it at was $2,600. So they're not even making up the loss of the parts, probably. And they're definitely not making up the price of the trade-in that they gave me. I don't know, just weird. Just my thought of the day, I guess. So, if you like the video, give it that thumbs up. If you don't like it, well, give it a thumbs down, I guess. I don't know. Like it, subscribe it to it, and do all that other crap. Let's see. Let me go down my checklist. Like the video, subscribe to my channel, check out my Instagram. I have a Teespring. What else? I love you. I think that's it. Alright. Captain Granite, out.